Okay, so now I have isolated these three images that I want to export as JPEGs to send to my lab to be printed for my client. So what I want to do here is to hit Command A because I'm on a Mac. If you're on a PC, you'll want to key in Control A to select all of them because I want to export all of them. So here I'm going to click the Export button, and you come up with this large panel here. So what I just want to go through this one by one. I'm not going to use the video option, and you can actually rename your files if you'd like, but I'm not going to be doing that either. So the ones that I want to focus on are, where do I want these images to go? And in the ebook I mentioned that it's really nice, this export function, because if I'm sending these JPEGs to upload to my lab, I will export them as a certain size depending on what size I need them. But then after I upload them, I can go ahead and discard them instead of having to keep duplicate copies on my hard drive, which takes up valuable hard drive space. So I love the fact that you can just export images from your original files anytime you want to. I do want to make a note that if you are trying to print from an iPhone image, you probably won't get the best quality because the resolution is so low. These are full resolution images that I'm exporting, so it makes it, for higher quality prints as well. I will be showing you how to change the size, because if you're trying to email an image to someone and you have a large file, you will want to make that image smaller to fit in an email. Of course, if you're trying to print an image, it will need to be of higher resolution, so you don't want to downsize that image any. You will have to, if you're printing to a consumer lab, you'll have to read the lab's instructions on how to prepare your files, what size they require, as well as what format. Mostly commercial labs will only print from JPEG and not TIFF. Okay, so here I want to export to a specific folder. I can go out here and choose a folder and actually create one at the same time. So I'll choose my desktop and then new folder, and then I'll create prints or whatever you want to name your folder. And then click choose. Click create and then choose. So my images will be exported to that folder on my desktop. Here I want to make sure that my image format, I can export as a TIFF here if I wanted a TIFF for some reason, but I actually want to export at JPEG at 100% quality and a color space sRGB. This is really important as well. sRGB is actually the smallest color space. It is what most commercial labs are equipped to print. The larger of the three the next largest is Adobe RGB, and then the largest is ProPhoto RGB. There is no technology at present to actually print in ProPhoto color space, so most likely you'll be exporting to sRGB. Here is if I wanted to resize the image here, and I'm going to unclick that. So if I wanted to resize it, say, and I'm submitting these to a blog and they say that they have to be a certain dimension, I can choose width by height here to enter in the pixel dimensions, or if I needed to resize them by inches. I can also choose long edge if I wanted the long edge to be 15, 20, or the short edge to be a certain dimension. This is really nice. For example, all of my images on my website are all 15, 20 pixels on the widest edge, so I can do the long edge if it's a horizontal image and export it that way. Since these are going to print, I do not want to resize them to be smaller, so I will leave that unchecked. Another word about resolution here, 72 pixels per inch is web resolution. If I had a specific, say I wanted to go ahead and resize this to be, an 8 by 10 image, I would definitely want to put in a resolution of 300, because 300 pixels per inch is resolution for print. But on this, like I said, I'm just going to leave it unchecked. If I want to leave my copyright and contact information embedded in the image, then I will make sure that this is selected here. And then I don't want to put a watermark in the image, and I don't want to do any post-processing. So these are the 4 that I use all the time. So I'll click here to choose export, and here you just need to watch your navigation, your status bar here to make sure the task is completed before you close out of Lightroom. So then you will find those 3 images on your desktop, and then I will go online and upload those to my lab. And once they're uploaded, then I can discard them and not keep additional copies to take up additional room on my hard drive. So that wraps up the video tutorials, and if you have any questions, just please feel free to email me at wendy@wendycooperphotography.com. Thank you so much.